Hello everybody, welcome back to Tsui no Sora. Today we're just going to be looking into more of the beginning of the game. As you can see here, we've got quite a few choices to be getting on with. It does actually feel quite weird starting the video with choices. I don't know, I'm not really used to playing visual novels with lots of choices, that might be why. Choices are quite rare for me to see. I don't know if this is going to be the case, but I feel like the first visual novel I play in the future that's going to have a lot of choices is maybe Muv-Luv, because I'm thinking of doing that after Tsui no Sora, ironically. But, yeah. Let's just see, before we get into any of this. Oh, yeah, what should we do? It's kind of forcing us to make a choice. Oh, God, I didn't even click anything. What? By the way, can I just mention, there is a new choice to the hallway. We can go there. Oh, God, remember to the classroom choice in Looking Glass Insects? Well, what would be the most interesting? I feel like these two would definitely be the most interesting, so I think we're going to save them for last. Let's do the most dull choice we could possibly do. It's either hallway or classroom. I feel like classroom is going to be a little bit more dull than hallway, because I feel like I just don't understand why going to the hallway would be significant. I feel like maybe we're going to see somebody. But then again, I mean, we could see somebody in the classroom. I don't know. Anyway, it's not really important. We're going to read everything anyway. But before we read, I just kind of want to look at the backlog and look at what we were doing last time. Oh, shit. Hang on a second. My resolution's awful. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Actually, no, it's not. Oh. Yep, gotta love my arrow keys literally doing nothing. There we go. Actually, maybe a bit more to the left. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. But, yeah, anyway, yeah, I recently found out that if you're playing on a monitor that's bigger than 1920 by 1080, set your display resolution to 1920 by 1080, because it makes it so that this game entirely fits your screen. That's just what I'm doing now. That's why the resolution is different to last time. But anyway, who cares? Like, literally, who cares? Yeah, let's see. So it's interesting, I was just thinking about the fact that Tsui no Sora, what Ayana here was saying, the fact that... What were the exact words, actually? Yeah, these contradictions. Yeah. This really reminds me of, ironically, what Yukito was thinking about the universe. And what I also find really funny about Ayana hang on a second, it's not this scene, it's the scene beforehand, but what she does is she looks at human philosophy, and then what she does is really makes fun of it and really belittles it. I just kind of get the impression that she's a being who is completely omniscient, and then she's, by disrespecting and obviously making fun of the names of philosophical authors, she's kind of trying to mock human beings for their understanding and their ability to want to come to an understanding that they're never ever going to be able to realise or put into words. I just kind of get that impression. But at the same time, what I do find unusual is, if this is the case and she is disrespectful towards the philosophers that are mentioned in this story, why is it the case that she is somebody who then says, whereof one must be silent, therefore one cannot speak? I think that's how it goes. I don't know that Wittgenstein quote. Yeah, no, that's interesting. But then again, I mean, it does totally make sense. I'm just thinking about, for example, global temperatures and phenomenons like that. I mean, lower global temperatures, you will always get glaciers. It's just cause and effect. And then, and everything that is affected by colder global temperatures. And the world will entirely change if said cause is present. And same for global warming, really. The world will change as a result of differences within the atmosphere and just in general global temperatures. But yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah. But the only thing is, I mean, the same phenomena may repeat themselves in different ways. I mean, I don't think it would always be exactly the same, but at the same time, I mean, everything could be logically assumed. Well, no, everything, I'd assume that the cause of the event, it could be derived no matter what you think. I mean, for example, if, I don't know, if we had a glacial period, for example, and everything went really, really cold, there could possibly be different events to what happened, I don't know, maybe, well, hundreds of thousands of years ago. But at the same time, the causes still would be something that you could reason out to be a cause because of the glacier. So, I don't know, I hope you get what I mean. Like, the causes won't be exactly the same, but they could be attributed to the same thing. Yeah, it's cool. It is cool. Yeah, no, totally. Oh my god, yeah, no, that's fair. How can we necessarily define what's normal? I mean, it's obviously normal if we think it's normal, but is it subjective? Oh my god, yeah, the and sky. Yeah, but it is interesting to think about the fact that Tsui no Sora and just in general Kyuseishu-sama becoming the saviour, it's not significant whatsoever to Yukito. Yeah, I mean, for you, since when you were born. Yeah, no, that is a very good point. It is fair. It is! Yeah, no, that's reasonable. So how is it a paradox? I was a bit confused about this, so... So what actually is inductive reasoning? I've never heard of that term before. Oh, I see. So making a prediction about what may happen based on what you already know. Yeah, no. I don't really understand how that would be a paradox. I can understand why inductive reasoning would be something that could support this theory, but I don't understand why it would be paradoxes, because surely that would contradict you. Wait, hang on a second. I think I might have just found an answer. So, I mean, making a prediction on what you already know, why do you need to make a prediction if the uniformity of nature already defines that that is what it will objectively be? So you're just making a prediction for something you can objectively justify? But I don't really know. I would have thought that inductive reasoning is just a thing that would... Well, a thing that would make it so that a principle like this would make sense. I just find it hard to see how it causes a paradox. Tsuwahitsu. Yeah, no, it's interesting what Ayana's saying. People can live under any sky, so any sky... It is interesting when she says the end sky. Funny that she is never elaborating about it whatsoever. Interesting that Yukito passes it off as a joke. That's what Ayana's doing. Oh yeah, that's really interesting, yeah. I suppose if you think about the phrase opposites attract when thinking about, I don't know, relationships, you can think about even though the people have totally opposite personalities, it's as if they are one because of the fact that they are in a relationship, I suppose. So they've made one from two totally opposite and contrasting personalities. It's open yet closed. It's unusual that it really is. Yeah, the limit of the world. I wonder if that's what she's trying to say. But then again, I mean, I suppose if somebody has a limit towards their world and that limit is the end sky, because obviously they'll die after they've seen the end sky, then surely the limit is something like, well, something that is always there, but you just can't see it because you obviously don't know when your world is going to end, and you can't see the limit of your world until it actually happens, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I like that. I kind of... Yeah, that is unusual. That really is. The only thing is, I mean, Yukito is just a random guy. I don't really understand why Ayana's completely pouring out her beliefs and, in a way, her heart out to him. Yeah, I like that. If you want an answer to the fundamentalities of the world, what is that answer going to give you? I suppose that's what he's thinking. Yukito's thinking. Choices. To the classroom. Let's take a peek in the classroom. I head back to my own classroom. What's going to happen? No one's... Wait, hang on a second. What's the time? Oh, yeah. No. So it is after school. It does make sense. Oh my god, it's Zakuro's desk. Don't have sex with the desk, please. I don't want to see an H scene. With the room empty, one desk sticks out like a sore thumb. Yeah. Takuji isn't coming on them this time. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. I should really have a little bit of restraint, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, no, it totally does. Or is it someone playing a prank? If I'm going to be honest, I can't remember what the origin of the flowers was. It is interesting that sunflowers were there. What was the symbolism of sunflowers? Because I swear they symbolize life. Oh wait, okay, so adoration, loyalty, longevity. That makes sense. So I suppose a representation of the loyalty that people were giving to the dead. Adoration as well. Longevity? Oh. To the Victorians, they represent the sun itself, conveying warmth, happiness, and a deep appreciation for the positive aspects of life. And I suppose it's a sign of warmth. I mean, it would make sense if this was, for example, a lover giving the flowers to Zakuro, but the only thing is, I mean, this is the class. She had bullies. She was probably driven to suicide by said bullies. So how can you ever How can you do that, really? I just don't really think that symbolism matches up with reality. Or is it someone playing a prank? Why would it be? I mean, who would be that sick? But then again, that answer is Zakuro's bullies. Yeah, the person who sits at a desk can be changed at any time. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, God. Yeah, fair. Yeah, so before long, I guess it will be forgotten that this was ever Takashima Zakuro's desk. Interesting, that's not in Tsubahibi, that's quite different. Now then, I've still got time. Where to? Wait, hang on a second, so we can just... Wait, is this going to be the same choice as before? Oh, okay. Right. Otonashi's gone. Guess that's to be expected. Oh, he's gonna look up at the sky. I thought this was going to be exactly the same choice and we could just do like an endless loop of choices. We could go to the rooftop, go to the classroom, go to the rooftop, go to the classroom for years. I look up at the sky. And sky, huh? The sky is just the sky, no matter how you look at it. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. But then again, I mean, the sky may be the sky, but it just depends on the symbolism that is subjective from person to person that somebody places in that sky. So the sky can still be the sky, but at the same time, if somebody symbolises it with something, then it will still be the sky, but it will be different to them, I suppose. Weather's nice though. She stands here all day, what? How? Well, I mean, she's not human. That'd explain it. Wait, let's go to the classroom again. What is the point of this? Oh, yeah, no, totally. I just don't really understand why you'd go to a rooftop and then you go to a classroom again and then you go back. Yeah. It's totally reasonable. We can. Oh yeah, this is just the same. Now it's just going to be the same. But you could technically just infinitely choose these choices. Right, let's go to the hallway. Oh, right, okay. I don't know. Oh, both of these are going to be interesting. Should we just do a random number generator? Yeah, let's. Fuck it. RNG. Wait, I swear if you... Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, you can get an RNG on Chrome. Right, Chrome generated 1, so we're doing staff room. Good way to decide. The staff room, huh? I suddenly wonder how things are going there right now. Yeah, no, totally. At the very least, it's true that there have been multiple deaths here in the last couple days, so it wouldn't surprise me if the rumour that the police are here is true. Yeah, just don't make it look like you're a fucking suspect. No harm in taking a quick peek. But as I reach the door, I'm stopped by a voice from down the hall. Oh my god, you are fucked. Yeah, do. That's a really good idea. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh god, that guy seems so pissed. Still though, I guess doing things the normal way might be good every now and then. Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's so funny. There isn't a hope of me getting anywhere near that staff room. So I can't eavesdrop on any interesting info. Yeah, fuck you, literature teacher. Oh, right, okay then. So all of these choices end at the old... Oh. Okay. Wait, hang on a second, so... It's summer, but there's still no water. Are they lazy or... Well, I mean, it's the old pool for a reason. I wonder how the dynamic of what is happening with the pool is similar or different. Our schools had an indoor pool since last year. Ah, I see. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. That's not like Kitako in Subahibi, because obviously they never built the indoor pool. They built all of those foundations, and yet at the same time either they didn't have funding or they just couldn't be bothered or whatever happened. They didn't do it. They just completely built foundations for a new building that was never really used. Yeah. Yeah, me too, yeah. It must be quite a nice place to hang out. It must be quite creepy, but at the same time, I mean, it's a reject place now. I suppose you know that nobody's going to use it. It must be quite cool, anyway. Being in a pool that looks reasonably shallow. And you have it just to yourself. I mean, you can't exactly swim in it, but... I don't know. You could play video games in it? I don't fucking know. Whoa. Well, you can't do that without completely wrecking your back. And obviously your ass as well. You don't want to sit and lean on concrete. Could you imagine just like a... Oh my god, imagine a gaming setup. You bring a chair and a desk, and then, I don't know, you somehow have a power source. I don't know, just do a takuji and just steal it from a farm or something. And then you've just got a random gaming setup just right in the middle of the pool. And obviously you've got to get it gated with security. You've got to hire 10 people for bodyguards, just so that everybody who wants to steal said PC, because obviously it's going to be a really powerful PC, like 3,000 quid at a minimum. Yeah, just shoot them in sight. Yeah, man. God, it's like I'm 10 again. That's a bit concerning. That would be cool, though. That's the point I'm trying to prove. To be fair, you could really blast music somewhere here. Especially at midnight or something. Oh, yeah, maybe not. Oh, it must be really damp as well. Fucking hell. The reason I bothered coming here was so I could see the tarp at Building C where the suicide happened, but it's already gone. That's interesting. There was a suicide here yesterday. It hasn't even been 24 hours. Do they plan to keep bullshitting that nothing has happened here forever? Yes. Either way, the area looks to be off limits. Interesting. Oh, you can even see teachers. Damn. Yeah, don't. Yeah. Don't want to drive suspicion towards yourself. I better split. Oh shit. If I can't see the scene of the incident, there's no point in bothering coming here. I spin around to make a quick getaway before anyone sees me, but... Wait, what? It looked like someone came out from the ground on the floor of the pool. What? Hang on a second, is this Takuji? God, and that was me always thinking Yukito was potentially Takuji. Oh my god, this is interesting. This was really not what I was expecting. So is this guy going to be the saviour? I was always thinking that Yukito was going to be the saviour, but he just doesn't seem psychotic and damaged enough. He really seems just genuinely normal. Yeah, someone appears from the side of the pool. Oh god, you're Mamiya, right? God, he seems very, very shy, like him, Tsubahibi. What are you doing here, of all places? God. God, I feel bad for him, he can't say a word. Yeah, he's genuinely a nice person, but I don't really know if that will be enough for Takuji. Or Mamiya, we don't actually... Oh, yeah, Takuji, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Wait,
hang on a second, I've never hit you before, have I? Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can really just see how disturbingly affected Takuji is. I don't know what's happening, but there is a severe bullying problem in this school. It's interesting that unlike in Tsubahibi, we're kind of seeing this from a more outsider perspective, rather than seeing directly how people suffer from the bullying. Oh, yeah, shit, Mamiya's the same as ever. He's scared shitless by the mere sight of me. So hey, why did you come out from the side of the pool? God, he's just a totally... Oh, he's just bored and he wants to get information about anything, even though it's completely pointless knowledge. I saw you, man. Were you crawling round the side of the pool? I didn't even see you at first, after all. Is this an excuse to try and get out of the situation, or what? Oh, alright. I was thinking that maybe he said, oh god, I dropped my wallet. And then he's just going to go back into the sewer to retrieve it or something weird. I don't know. I see. How many times did you drop it? Oh. Yeah, god, I don't blame him. I mean, I think Yukito's harmless. I think he's an alright person. I don't really see any reason why we should think any other thing about him. Or, I don't know, the fact that he's an arsehole, the fact that he's not a good person. I don't get why we should think that. So, yeah, I think it's just genuinely the case that Takuji is very shy. And he's probably, like last time, very damaged, no friends. No, well, he only has his delusions and eroge and stuff like that to comfort him. Not really anything healthy, to be honest. Mamiya disappears, almost like he's running away. Yeah, no, totally. Mamiya Takuji. Yeah, no, he just feels threatened by every single person. He sounds totally traumatized. Yeah. I don't know about Takashima, but I do know that Mamiya was bullied by some guys a while back. Well, trauma is not in the past. It always affects somebody. Unless they get over their trauma, but I don't think somebody like Takuji would. I guess that's all in the past now, though. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Although if Takashima's suicide really was because of bullying, I wonder what Mamiya thinks about that. Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. I just find it really quite funny to think about the fact that he kind of is like the gossipers in a way. He's just a bit curious and he's just thinking things that are pointless. He just wants to know a little bit more, but like I just said, there really isn't much point in knowing. It's just entertainment to pass the time. Where to? What? Where do we go now? To the hallway again, maybe? Oh, right. We can go back to the old pool again. Yeah, no, I can see that. What about rooftop again? To the hallway again? What? I don't understand where we go. To the classroom? Oh. This is such a cool feature. Oh, I love this. That's amazing. I wish more visual novels had that. I head back to the classroom again. Yeah, no, totally. I agree. I have nothing to do, so I'm pretty much just wandering around aimlessly, just trying to kill time. Yeah, no, I suppose. Let's take a peek inside. Oh, it's Takuji. I'm surprised. Yeah, and isn't it interesting just the fact that he is staying in school? He doesn't exactly have anywhere better to be. It just shows instability, if anything. Mamiya is standing there all by himself. What the hell is he doing? Oh no. He seems a little different than when I saw him earlier. Is it just my imagination? He's mumbling something to himself pretty loudly. Mamiya. Minakami? We'll meet again. Didn't you say you had some place to be? Oh god, he's a bad liar, but I don't blame him. I don't blame him whatsoever. I wouldn't expect somebody like this to be a good liar. I mean, he can barely get a word out to another person, never mind lie. Yeah. Don't look at the flowers. Maybe that could be an answer, I don't know. Just depends on how similar these events are to Subahibi's. Yeah, you said so at the old pool just a while ago, remember? Oh. So what are you doing here all by yourself? Oh god. Seems very scared. Damn. Yeah, god. It's impossible to talk to someone like that, it really is. Mamiya once again dashes off like he's running away from me. The hell's up with him? Yeah, no, I can see that. The way he was scared felt out of place in a way. Is that even something that's possible to feel? Am I just overthinking things? No. No way. Oh, I like the tint. Looks quite nice. I like everything apart from this central floor here. Everything else is really nicely done, I think. I just don't really like the colours at the centre. I'd wandered around for so long that the sun had started to set. Yeah, probably. Should be about time to go by now. I head towards the gym. Wow.
Yukito!
If I'm going to be honest, I don't really like this. Like, I don't like the zoomed out images of sprites. And then you have the full sprite and then they come closer towards you. And then you see more of their... Well, you see less of their body, but more of their body zoomed in. I just don't really like that. Yukito, Yukito! Oh, yeah, Kotomi comes running over as soon as she spots me. Sorry, were you waiting long?
Yeah, それほどでも.
No, not really. Nice. Club's over and I'm already done changing.
そっか。ならそのまま帰れるな.
Wonder how her day went. Alright then, how about we just head straight home? Okay. Right, what's going to be talked about here? Oh wow, what a nice background. That looks really cool. It looks so magical. I like it. And if anything, it really reminds me in the Tsubahibi chapter 7 scene where Yuki and Takuji say their Tomosane say their final goodbyes to each other. Before all of the endings go on. Kotomi and I left the school gates behind us. On the way home via the usual route, Kotomi begins talking quietly. Takashima. Oh my god, yeah, genuinely, what happened? Yeah, I ran into her yesterday.
そうらしいな.
Yeah, you said. God, this is... Again, oddly unnerving BGM.
どんな感じだった?
How was she? I was at school for club yesterday.
本当に練習熱心だな.
No, I totally agree. Yeah. You sure are going all out with that. I'm assuming it was a weekend day. Yeah, because the regional preliminaries are over the summer. What the fuck is a regional? What is a preliminary? I've heard of the word, but I just don't really know how it would be. Alright, I see. That makes sense. Yeah, just something coming before something else. So I suppose, I don't know, some sort of assessment that comes before another one? I don't know. Wait, let's see, No, I don't really get anything. Okay, I'll just assume that's the case. Odd. God, going to school on Sunday, that must be quite something. Anyway, then I ran into her and I thought it was strange that she was there on a Sunday, since she wasn't in any clubs. Interesting. God, I can never imagine that. Having a school open on Sunday. That would just feel wrong to come on school on a Sunday. It really would. But it's just interesting. It really is interesting just in Japan how integrated schools are within their lives. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does that say nomisugi ni tsui? I think that literally says a warning about drinking too much. Oh my god. Wait, let me actually search it up. I'm curious. Oh wait, no, hang on a second. I forgot Tsui suru is to be careful. So that says, be careful to not drink too much. Yeah, no, I think that would make sense. As I kind of made a mistake there. But surely it would be Tsui shite or something like that. Or something like that. But no, it doesn't say shite. Or shite kudasai. Something like that. But it doesn't. It's odd. I think that's what it says though. Yeah, reasonable. But then again, I do find it really interesting because this relates to Tsubaki just in the fact that she comes to school before her suicide.
なんか高島と話したのか？
Did you say anything to her? Yeah.
初め高島さん深刻そうな顔してたからさ。
Oh, she's really nice for
なんか
looking.
悩み事があるのかなと思ったんだけど。
Just looking at her, realizing that she might not be fully feeling herself and then trying to help her. Good for you.
けど違ったんだよ。
But it wasn't that.
で何を話したんだ？
So, what did she say?
わからない。
I don't know. What was she really deluded? Was she just saying things that made no sense and weren't coherent whatsoever?
わからない。
You don't know?
高島さん。
Yeah,
なんかよく
yeah,
わからない
that's
こと
reasonable.
言ってたんだよ。
Oh god, that gives me the shivers. It indicates, if you ask me, immense trauma. Oh god, because obviously she was doing that in Looking Glass Insects. You remember before she just jumped off the rooftop? I mean, she was always saying things that only make sense to her. They make sense to nobody else.
わからないこと？なんだそのわ
Things you couldn't understand at all? Like what?
お礼を言いに来たって言ってたんだ。
She says she came to express her gratitude.
俺？ことみにか？
Gratitude towards you.
そう。
Yeah.
それだけだったのか？
Was that all?
違う。それだけじゃなかった。
Yeah, that's unusual.
なんかいろいろと難しいことを言ってたんだけど、私よくわからなくて。
No, it wasn't. She said a bunch of confusing things I didn't really understand.
それでも意味が分かったのは、世界は滅亡の危機に瀕しているってことだけ。
Oh god, here we go. Things are beginning now. They really are. But I think I got the gist of what she was trying to say. She was saying that the world is on the brink of ruin.
は？
Huh. Yeah, and it really does sound like everything that was going on with Tsubaki.
それ高島が言ってたのか？
Ruin? Takashima said that?
そう言ってた。
Yeah, she did.
滅亡？なんだよそれ。
Ruin? The fuck?
私もよく分からなかったから何も言えなくて。でももしかしたら高島さんなりに私に対して助けを求めてたのかもしれないって。
Yeah, totally reasonable. Yeah. I didn't understand either, so I couldn't say anything. But I think it might have been her way of asking me for help. I don't really understand why she would need another person to do something that she feels is right for her and obviously the three other angels that are involved within the suicide. Why would she need somebody outside of those three angels? Let me just remind myself of what happens in the end of Looking Glass Insects. I just kind of want to see how it relates to this. So, yeah. I was right to think it was a little bit odd that she talked to somebody. In Tsubahibi, she didn't talk to anybody apart from Ayana, and this person, Kotomi, obviously is not Ayana, so yeah, a bit odd.
だって深刻な顔もしてたし、あの時はまだ自殺をするかどうかを悩んでいたのかもしれないし。
Interesting. I mean, she was so dead serious. Maybe at that point she still wasn't sure if she was going to go through with it or not.
それなのに私。
Oh no, I don't blame her. I mean, she obviously couldn't have possibly known she would have suicided, but yeah, it's guilt. It really is guilt. That she will not be able to help the fact that she feels this guilt, let's be honest here.
あの時に私は彼女を安心させることを何でもいいから言えばよかったんだよ。
I'm sorry, but if what happened to her in Looking Glass Insects has happened here, no matter what you do, she's not going to be able to be saved. Let's be honest here. You're going to have to be really powerful in order to save her. Oh, I just think it's so horrible to think, but I think it's very unlikely Zakuro would be able to be saved without really, really intensive psychological help.
うぬぼれるな。
Quit being so self-centered.
うぬぼれ
Self-centered?
お前は何様だ？神様か何か？
Yeah, no, no.
なんでそ
Oh,
の
you
状
said
態
that
の
well.
人間が
Yeah,
自殺するだ
totally.
なんてわかるんだよ。世界が滅亡するから自殺したのか？だったら余計意味がわからない。気がつくも何もない。考えるだけ無駄だ。
Yeah, yeah, fair. Yeah, totally.
そうだけど
Oh, I totally understand her, but I mean, you can realistically think about this in ways similar to how Yukito is thinking about this, but it's a lot easier for outsiders in situations like this to think about. Well, to view situations with these lights
お前のせいじゃ
than
ないだろ。
people who are directly involved. Yeah, you're a really good friend. Seriously. Good for you. I genuinely admire this person.
けどさユキと
Nah, listen to him, man.
実際、お前にも相談しなかったが、俺にも
Yeah,
何
yeah,
ら
yeah,
接
yeah.
触してこなかった。
I mean, she never tried to ask you for any advice, and she never even tried to talk to me.
小沢のこととかさ。
And when it comes to Ozawa,
やっぱりそれが関係あるのかな
yeah, it's interesting. It's still a significant question. You think there's a connection after all?
わからない。
I really don't know.
小沢の事故死の後、何があったのか。
Just what happened after that accident. Yeah, and what happened to the bullies as well.
君の転落死からすぐだよね
Well, Takashima's suicide happened right after.
ああ、確かに直後の自殺だから小沢の死と関連付けたくなるが、だが多分その2つは関係ないだろう。
Yeah, they happen so close together that anyone would come to the conclusion that there's a connection. But they're probably not. Yeah, it's interesting that he thinks this. And what really doesn't help is the fact that Ozawa is Zakuro's boyfriend as well. I mean, that's just asking for a connection to be made, if you ask me. I mean, two people who probably know each other really quite well dying in such a similar time frame. It's weird.
そうかな
Maybe.
小沢と高島が付き合っていたのなら知らんが、そんなこともないだろう。2人は違いすぎる。高島はおとなしく目立たないやつ。それに対して、
So he is
小
still
沢
a
は
bully,
北高に
okay.
そぐわないような不良になっちまった。
That's really unusual. I really do wonder if Ozawa's gang and all of the people that are around him, maybe they are spreading rumours. Maybe this isn't actually the case, and obviously Zakuro, we know how powerless she is if she's bullied, so it could possibly be the case that that happened. I don't know. I don't like this.
北高って結構いい偏差値の場所だったから彼は彼で
Yeah. Maybe something happened. Maybe he was good at school and then his life just totally fell apart with something bad in his home situation. Who knows? Our school has a pretty good reputation score-wise, so I guess he was sort of an outcast himself. I guess. What? He was the reason you got suspended, right? Why? Something like that. It all seems so stupid now. Why did he get suspended? What? Something that he reflects back and definitely feels as if he's grown up because of it, if he can call everything really stupid. Yeah. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that there was any sort of connection between those two, so both of their deaths have got to be unrelated. I just don't really understand why, even though Ozawa is a delinquent, I mean, we know what Zakuro is like in Tsubahibi, so I mean, I think it is likely that that means that it will be the case that in Tsui no Sora, she will be someone who's like the one in Tsubahibi. She just doesn't seem like the type of person who would date a delinquent, no way. Or maybe she is a very different character here. Or maybe it's the case that these are rumours, which I think is most likely. Or maybe Zakuro just genuinely is different. I don't know. We can't deny that possibility. That's the funny thing.
Takashimaが最後にお前にお礼を言ったとして、お前が何か後悔することじゃない。そんなバカな考えを持つのはやめろ。
Yeah. Takashima thanking you in her final moments isn't something you should be regretting. Quit it with stupid thoughts like that.
Yukitoが言うのならそうするよ。
Yeah, if you say so, I will. Yeah.
ほら、着いたぞ。
Oh god, I feel bad for her for having guilt, but then again, I mean, hopefully she'll be able to just get better, and hopefully everything will be able to, I don't know, just be more peaceful. But then again, I mean, if Takuji is going to do what he did in Tsubahibi, nothing's going to become peaceful. This is going to be, I mean, I get that this isn't really an indication of peace, but it will be the last. Does that say... Interesting. I think that says Wakatsuki. That definitely says Tsuki. I can't really see that, but the kanji for waka is quite complicated. I think it's different to the kanji for wakai, which means young in Japanese. Wakai. Different to that. Yeah. Come on, lighten up a little, will you? Yeah. See you. Thank you. No, he's been really good to her. Yeah. She's good for saying this. Thank you for everything today, Yukito. Finally back to your usual self, I see.
明日は女っぽく起こしに来いよ。
Oh my god. That sounds like something that could be taken in just a little bit out of context.
女っぽい起こし方とは？
フェラ。
死ぬほど下品なこと言おうとしたよね。ぶっ殺し状態待ったなしだぞ。
Yeah, fair enough.
ほとんど言ってたけどな。
You did, to be fair, yeah.
聞こえない。じゃあ、ユキとバイバイ。
Looks like she's feeling a little better. It's no fun teasing Kotomi with no energy. yeah, fair enough. He really goes too far with his teasing, can I just mention? It's hilarious. That's more than enough for one day. Yeah, fair enough. It's a very, very intensive day with all that happened. I go inside too. Way too much happened today. As I lie on my bed, I think back over everything. Oh, damn. Wakatsuki Kotomi. I was right. Who's going to be the most interesting? Oh, fuck it. Right, let's actually make a decision. I don't want luck to decide. You know, it's topical. Let's do Kotomi. Oh. Bit of an odd little way of looking back at the past. It reminds me of Higurashi's anime a little bit. With the vignette and just the slight grey tint as well. Wakatsuki Kotomi. She must have been so shocked. I totally agree. It must be awful. God. Yeah, that's trouble. That's troublesome. It really is. I hope she's better too. I don't like seeing her sad. She's just... Well, she's so nice. She doesn't deserve to be sad. I mean, she really couldn't have done anything. Yeah, totally. God, we really have a lot of things to... Yeah, I hope nothing more like this happens as well. Fair enough, but let's be honest, it will. Why not? That's topical. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Oh, so that's Zakuro there. Interesting. She looks so much better in Tsubahibi. Oh god. Yuichi. Oh my god. That's hilarious. It reminds me of All About Lily Chocho. Yuichi. I suppose Shinichi as well with You and Me and Her. And also I suppose Shuichi from Uzumaki. Like the manga by Junji Ito. I'm reading that at the moment. My god, he looks like a complete shithead. He really does. Oh my god, he even has the same little weird necklace as Tsubasa. Tsubasa has keys. I don't really know what this is meant to be. Zakuro looks like somebody you would just attribute the word edgy to or damaged to, if I'm going to be honest. She looks a lot older than she does in Tsubahibi here, if you ask me. Ozawa Yuichi and Takashima Zakuro. To be honest, I don't know much about Takashima. I talked to her once or twice, but she never really opened up or anything. I see. Well, I guess that's only natural. The only person who really opens up to me at the school is Kotomi. Yeah, that's fair, but at least you have someone. What? But I thought you were isolated, so you didn't really know about any of the bullying that may have gone on. And I mean, I'm sorry, but she committed suicide, so there must have been something that has gone on. But then again, it doesn't necessarily have to be something in school, but still. It could be a chance, maybe. Well, still, if there was something going on with her and she's committed suicide, it is partly the school's fault for not doing a good job at looking after her. Oh, wait, sorry, I misread that. I thought that said anyone. Yeah, not everybody bullying her, but a few people probably have. Yeah, no. Fair enough. Yeah, I'd love to know somebody like Kotomi. She seems really, really nice. I didn't mean she was well liked either, though. You might call her a loner. Though I guess I'd be the same without Kotomi. Yeah, fair. Oh, what? Leaving that aside, I do know Ozawa well. Well, then again, I mean, he's literally been suspended from the school because of him. Oh, I see. What? Yeah, that is hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine it now, but back then he was a pretty earnest guy. We played as the battery on the same baseball team, so of course we knew each other. I was the pitcher and he was the catcher. Interesting. What the fuck is a battery in a baseball team? Oh, right. So battery is just a collective term that refers to a pitcher and a catcher. Weird. What about a foot-catcher? That was so funny. But while I was in middle school, I had a bad shoulder injury, and so I told him that I couldn't play baseball anymore. Despite that, he still ended up going to Kita High with me. Oh yeah, so... Yeah, totally. Yeah, and then again, I mean, I remember him just saying that it was a total dream that was never going to happen. At first, he was really excited about trying to make it to the big leagues without me. But that didn't even last half a year. Kita High isn't really an environment suited for baseball. The school grounds are too small for outdoor sports, so they chose to focus more on indoor ones, like kendo. Yeah, oh, I see, that's also why Kotomi's kendo club is so tough. Yeah, totally. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, recently the school's been focusing on swimming, even going so far as to install a new pool. I hear that after the old pool is demolished, they're planning to build more facilities for indoor sports. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I see. God damn. As soon as Ozawa entered Kita High, it became clear that he wasn't even able to keep on top of his grades, let alone competitive baseball, and so he found himself falling into delinquency. Jesus Christ. Yeah, fair. I got into an argument with him back in first year, and next thing I knew, we were beating the shit out of each other. We were both big guys, so it was a pretty big deal. Jesus Christ. Apparently there hadn't been a proper fight between students at the school for over a decade beforehand. God, that really is nuts. I'm sorry, but there is no way that his grades falling apart and obviously his desire to become somebody who was really quite popular and popular in the baseball team, I was going to say. No, I should say just somebody who was really, really skilled and talented at baseball. I mean, that could not be the only cause. I mean, sure, he would be frustrated and he'd probably feel like he wants to rebel because he can't do what he truly wants to do, but at the same time, I'm sorry, but you do not fall into delinquency that is this bad just over stuff like that. Or at least, I don't know, I can't imagine it whatsoever. There's got to be something that's happened at home. For him to, especially for him to do this to a friend as well. That's tough, that really is. Yeah. Yeah, totally, yeah. And then he just goes down a really, really bad spiral. God, that's awful. Yeah, no, totally. Then again, I mean, Yukito isn't really that bad though. I mean, he's not really that social. He's a bit lazy as well. A bit. But still, he's not really somebody who is actively making an effort to basically kill himself, which Ozawa is kind of doing with the delinquency. And obviously at least Yukito is a kind person, which obviously Ozawa never retained. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. From my point of view, he was a dropout delinquent who couldn't even keep up with his studies. Yeah. From his point of view, I was a loner who wasted his life away doing nothing. Oh, I see. So he's in a different class. Rather than in, for example, Tsubahibi, where Takuji and all of the bullies are in the same class. So even if he did come all the way from other classes to see Takashima, I wouldn't have paid attention to him. I had nothing to do with him. Yeah. I had nothing to do with him. I didn't want to have anything to do with him. No, totally. Yeah. Now, if those two had been dating or something, that would have made sense, but... Yeah, seriously. I think it's just rumours. The notorious delinquent Ozawa and the quiet girl Takashima. No, there's no way that was normal. I wonder... It's a wonder I didn't think anything of it. Yeah. It's bullying. I think that he was probably coming to the class just so that he could, I don't know, for example, do what Megu and Satoko would have done to Zakuro, just forcing her to go out and obviously go to somewhere that is completely isolated so that they can, well, they're predators and she's the prey, basically. Oh, God. Now he's passing the blame onto himself. Interesting. Yeah, no, totally reasonable. I mean, I get that they were friends, but at the same time, they were also people who are, well, they're friends who have fallen out, and as a result of that, they are very bad enemies, and now he's an awful person, and... Yeah... It's hard to feel sorry for somebody like him. Yeah, reasonable. Oh, interesting. So the same reason, right? Bet you the school covered that all up very nicely. Denying any proof of it. Yeah, no, fair enough. It's not the case in Tsubahibi. It is really interesting. Zakuro seems so much taller here as well. She seems very, very unhappy. And Ozawa looks really damaged as well. He looks like somebody that would be very awful as a person, though. These do not look like people who would willingly be together. I do find it really interesting that he's saying it's a fallen version of himself. I suppose it just kind of represents that... Yeah, and if you ask me, this really indicates just problems going on at home. Or maybe there were no problems at home and he is just a disgusting human being, so as a result of that, people didn't really think that he was deserving of a funeral, maybe? I don't know. The one thing bothering me is the fact that Takashima jumped from the same building he fell off. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, in that case, were they dating after all? Well, why is it the case that 2 other people were dragged with Zakuro? That doesn't make sense. In that case, were they dating after all? She committed suicide in the same place, hoping to see her boyfriend again? A lonely girl and an infamous delinquent. Could something like that really happen? I know, I just don't believe that they are in a relationship. No, it's got to be something else. Yeah. If it were, then what about what Takashima said to Kotomi? That she's grateful for everything and... Yeah, exactly. How does that fit into everything? That the world is on the brink of ruin. That story really doesn't add up. Yeah, Takashima and Ozawa. Just how were they connected? And why did they both die? Very sane person here. I agree with Yukito. I don't think Zakuro's doing this for... I don't think she's doing it for a reason related to Ozawa. Otonashi Ayana. It felt like it was the first time I met her, and yet it also didn't. Yeah, it's interesting that. It really, really is. So I do wonder if the belief of the fact that the story is just an entire reincarnation of Ayana, and her soul is the being that exists within everything. I wonder if the order of events is really, really jumbled up because of it. It's unusual, this. Yeah, it felt like it was the first time I'd met her, and yet it also didn't. It's a feeling that's really hard to wrap my head around. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, she says something like, whereof one cannot speak, thereof must be silent, didn't she? What kind of edgy bullshit is that? Oh, yeah, so he does know, yeah. Yeah, it was a quote from Wittgenstein's Tractatus Logico Philosophicus, the only work of his that was published during his life. I'm really surprised that somebody who is renowned for being such a great and intellectual thinker has only had one philosophical work that was officially published. I mean, I'm sure he's got more than one written, but only one officially published. That's really surprising to me, genuinely. I thought this person would have at least had 10 publications. I don't know. Wow. Oh, I see. Oh my god, this is going to be interesting. Wow, I never expected this. Oh, I grabbed my copy of it from the bookshelf. It opens with the word, "The world is all that is the case." How unusual. Maybe that's like a context page, the fact that, I don't know, the world is going to be everything that this book is going to be about. I don't know. And then goes on to outline a total of 526 declarative statements. It consists of 7 main propositions, the last of which is famous. Ironic that, because obviously Tsubaki has 7 chapters, and obviously the last chapter is famous for the live happily speech. Which also, funnily enough, is kind of inspired from what Wittgenstein was saying. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I don't blame him. Oh, I see. So a biopic is just short for a biographical film, which I have actually heard of. So, yeah, it's just a film that dramatises the life of somebody. Interesting. Damn. Oh yeah, that's interesting. But then again, I mean, I suppose when he'd finished his work and after the revisions of his work had been stated, because I swear that Tractatus Logico Philosophicus, it had revisions made to it, and Wittgenstein actually disagreed with some of the theories that he posed in the beginning. Let me just search it up. Yeah, he became opposed to the work. Yeah, one of his later works, the Philosophical Investigations, criticised many of his ideas in the Tractatus or whatever. A world purged of imperfection and indeterminacy. Countless acres of gleaming ice stretching towards the horizon. So the clever young man looked around the world he'd created and decided to explore it. He took one step forward and fell flat on his back. Why had he fallen? You see, he'd forgotten about friction. The ice was smooth and level and stainless. But you couldn't walk there. So the clever young man sat down and wept bitter tears. For better or worse, I'm not as clever as this young man, so I guess I couldn't create this perfect world, nor weep in front of it, but... yeah, that's really interesting. I don't see the story as just an absurd tale, a world made out of pure logic. The world can't function with only only logic. Even a grade schooler knows that. People who end up thinking like that are saved from the very beginning. Yeah, I totally see that. That's so interesting. God. That's really interesting. If anything, ironically, that reminds me of Ayana in a way. Staring into the sky. I suppose then again, I mean, you could think about Ayana in the sense of the fact that she does try to stop Zakuro from suiciding, so I suppose she couldn't bring herself to live in a world that, obviously, a world in which everything after Tsui no Sora indicates death and suicide and mass destruction. But at the same time, so I suppose trying to make it so that the world becomes a frictionless and a world without problems. Maybe that could lead to a lot of problems because of powerlessness developed for her. I don't know. Otonashi's edginess got the better of me there. I like that. I haven't even... Well, I mean, the last scene where Keynes was with Wittgenstein, it seems like it's really, really left an impact on Yukito. He's really enjoyed it, I think. I haven't read Tractatus Logica Philosophicus in the first place. I only think I know what I'm talking about from watching the film. That's how I feel. My god, I'm so tired at the moment. It's just this music. I can't fucking play this visual novel. This music is so relaxing. Look, seriously. I mean, it's not like, for example, Higurashi or Umineko, just in the sense that the music has stuff going on and is relaxing because of it. It's like DDLC Plus, if you've ever played that. It's just the most relaxed and, well, the most relaxed tracks that you would want to fall asleep to. I could easily fall asleep to this, but it's just really hard to read. I better hit the hay. What a weird expression. I like that, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be stuck reading until morning. Are we gonna get... Dude, it's so fucking ominous. Why? Oh boy. That's odd. Yeah, fuck relaxing stories now. Is this a loop or? Oh damn, that's a shame. I think it is a loop. It feels like it's going to build up, but I don't think it will. That's a shame. I wish these tracks weren't looped. I wish there was more to them. But, okay. I suppose we can't get everything we want. There we are. That's better. Can't really say I like the sound of that track. But the thing is, the reason why a soundtrack is like this is so cozy is just because of how little is going on in it and how soft and how tender the notes and the melody is. I just find it really interesting to think about the fact that the world comprised of logic is a world that is completely representative of human thought, and I suppose the reason why it is so beautiful is because of the fact that somebody is so clever that it's kind of like it's their life's work in a way, and the fact that they can actually explain the world through logic, it's just like it's a sight of all of the things that you have achieved in your life and all of the things that your life has been leading up to. I don't actually know how this guy thought about all of his philosophical works. I'm just kind of imagining how I would feel if I was in this situation. But then again, it's interesting to think about the fact that even though the world is fully filled with logic, it's kind of like a contradiction because, I mean, there's logic, sure, but at the same time, without logic, you can't really explain a lot of the things that do happen. So if the world only has logic and only what human beings can put into words, then the world doesn't function like the world should. And that's just such an interesting little differentiation to make. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I do find that really interesting. So, I suppose he has a world that is made of his logic, but his logic doesn't allow the unexplainable nature of the world's logic. He can't exist in a world that only follows his own, and not the logic of the world that can't be put into words. That's kind of what I think. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's really interesting, and I suppose it just totally shows that trying to explain the world through your own interpretation, it can really affect the way in which you view life and the way in which life treats you, and it can make you feel alienated just because of how much you've thought about why it couldn't be real, if anything. Okay, right, let's begin again. Here we go. That's why, isn't it? Oh god, here we go. I just instantly know what they're going to talk about. The 7th month of the year, a great king of terror will come from the sky. What if it's going to happen on a day that's close to the end of July, though? It doesn't necessarily mean anything, if you ask me, at least. Yeah, not very accurate, is it? Yeah, I agree.
それに来年の
It is so.
来年？何それ？推薦はどうなるの？
Oh, these people are so unbelievably sad.
それ前さ、今年の11月とかの話は知ってる？
何？そ
I
れどう
wonder
い
if
う？
they're going to talk about the Mayan calendar anywhere here.
嘘ならさ、
何それ？
2012年？だいぶ先じゃない？
Yeah, seriously, how are you going to be able to make a prediction for something that far off? So many years back. Fucking.
マヤ文明で有名な予言でね。
Oh, okay, here we go. The Mayan calendar prophecy is coming here. Even though the Mayans, I swear they were an ancient civilization that were existing like 5,000 years ago.
だったら今年の7月っていうのは？
世界の滅亡は1999年の7月って。
Yeah, exactly,
言われてたじゃない。
I just find it hilarious to think about the fact that Sibahibi and Tsui no Sora, there are 2 days in which the end of the world and apocalypses have been rumoured, and I just think it's so funny that Sibahibi is a story that really has themes that are relevant and that relate to these prophecies that state the end of the world. It's just really funny to me just how coincidental it is. I mean, since Subahibi is released, 2 of these prophecies have been able to exist, really, and it just feels so weird. The fact that it's actually been possible for 2 to exist within such a short time frame. Yeah, and apparently they've been saying it for centuries.
だったら今月中に世界って終わっちゃうわけ？
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
だからね。
Yeah, what the hell are they on about? I agree, yeah. I think it's just hilarious to think about. Well, I mean, if people stir misinformation, this is what happens as well, can I just mention?
ノストラダムスの大予言か。
Yeah, reasonable. I mean, especially because of the fact that years like 2012 are, well, they're very relevant to you, and they always will be, because those are the years, that's the year you're going to be alive in, so of course it's a little bit more scary. And that's how prophecies gain their power, by fear. Oh, well, this is going to be interesting. So, Michel de Nostradamus was a Renaissance physician and astrologer. That seems like a really contradictory impression. A really contradictory, well, just titles, really. You're a physician, you study the objective, and yet at the same time you're an astrologer. You look at, well, I suppose maybe you could think you use logic that you have gained in the world now in order to predict the future? I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no, that makes sense, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually really quite surprising. that's actually really quite interesting. I didn't realise that.
高島のやつ、世界の滅亡とか言ってたんだよな。世界の
Yeah, no, totally, yeah. That's really interesting. Oh yeah, I agree. That will age really well. That statement there. Oh! I didn't realise this. Oh my god, I wasn't realising that. I didn't know this for the entirety of the time. What? I thought everything was set in 2012. Oh my god, that's really interesting. Wow. So we are actually in 1999 at the moment. I didn't realise that. I always thought we were in 2012. But then again, I suppose it had never been told to us. I just assumed. But that's really cool. Oh yeah, no, totally. Because I suppose you could think about, for example, Takuji when he was saying that, well, just the fact that it was the end of the world, it was nearing the end of the world, and yet everything was so normal, and everything was still continuing in its facades and false flows of life, really, and everything was being incorrect in terms of how it should be managed. But at the same time, I mean, I suppose that obviously indicates, because of the fact that even though it's the end of the world, nothing's happening. Maybe, I don't know, it isn't the end of the world? Yeah, nowadays you find the books of Nostradamus' prophecies in bargain bins for a measly 100 yen a piece. What the fuck is a bargain bin? What, is that just Japanese Poundland? Alright, never mind, okay. I didn't realise that. I've never heard of the term a bargain bin before. Apparently it's just a container with reduced items. Okay then.
Yukito.
なんだ?
なんか変な感じだね。
Yeah, that's reasonable. That's reasonable considering what's happened.
どことなく
Yeah, a very, very unpleasant atmosphere now. I'm just gonna turn this music off because I really don't like it. It's just annoying, to be honest. I'd rather listen to nothing. Just want to kind of reread this plot, but I just hate this soundtrack, if I'm going to be honest. So I just want to listen to it without soundtrack. Listen to it? Sorry, read it without a soundtrack. Yeah, so funny to think about the fact that people are really, really hopping on, well, they're hopping on any bandwagon they could. They really are. So firstly, well, all of the bandwagons, ironically, they have something that unites them. Is the fact that they are all made of, they all have components that can't possibly be understood or known by even the most logical thinkers. Well, actually, the most logical thinkers would be, they would be thinking that all of this is nonsense and that they shouldn't danger themselves by believing propaganda, really. But, I mean, if obviously people don't have that set of thinking, they will believe it. And they will be vulnerable. Well, then again, you can be perfectly logically thinking, but you could be manipulated by something or the other. So as a result of that, even though you feel like you're logically thinking, well, let's just say that what you were thinking, it won't be logical to somebody who has a wider perspective of what will happen, which I probably do because I've read Tsubahibi. None of these people have read Tsubahibi. Heck, Tsubahibi doesn't even exist in 1999. Ah, yes, the world is going to end next year, but oh, my college is going to end. Yeah, what's more important, life or college? Oh my fucking god, these people are so weird. Interesting, the Great King will come from the sky? Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I don't really understand why it would come from the sky, but it just really sounds like it could be describing Takuji. Or maybe it could be describing a delusion that Takuji sees, and maybe that delusion comes from the sky. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but that's interesting. So something that is really, really bound to interpretation and something that is easy to be taken out of context. So, yeah, because people take the predictions out of context to match their certain events. So I suppose all you need to do in order to make a prediction like this is just to make something that could match widely with other events. Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm. Total spread of propaganda. My god. Yeah. But then again, I mean, ever since the 1990s and Japan's asset price bubble completely bursting, that made it so that their economic growth was really, really growing at a rate that was so much slower than any other countries, like for example China, India, and their manufacturing growing really, really significantly. And Japan, I mean, in the 1980s they were ridiculous and they were going to overtake America at the rate they were going, and then they just suddenly stagnated, and then big stagnation, lost decades. All of that type of stuff happened. But the thing is, I mean, is it constantly economic growth? Sorry, consistent. Okay, then again, I suppose they were still growing economically. It's just they were growing at a lot slower of a rate. I don't actually know. I think that's what I've seen. But what I'm just trying to say is, no, I was thinking that the stagnation period meant that the economy stopped growing, but it did grow. It just grew at a lot slower of a rate, I think. I don't know. I've not actually researched that yet. And India's going to overtake Japan soon, I think. But I heard that in 2024, Japan, they've been really quite good in their economy, and they've started to have economic growth that is similar to how it was, well, when the economic miracle happened, I think. I don't fully know, though. I don't really know much about the war. What is German and Japan's relationship? Oh, yep, exact question I want to ask. Oh, they were allies. Okay, then. I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be the opposite. Yeah, but it is interesting. They have fears and then they go to any realistic explanation they can have for said fears. Yeah. Yeah, no, I can totally see that. It's just people's worldviews. Some people's worldviews will align with others, and other worldviews won't. Yeah, no, I find that interesting. Yeah. Yeah, but in the moment they need something to comfort them. And it's interesting to think about the fact that even though this this message is saying humanity's extinction is going to occur and everybody is very, very threatened. It's a means of comfort because of the fact that it's confirming doubts, even if the doubts are things that are just taken out of context. I don't know if Nostradamus was somebody who intended for, well, to look like a swindler, or like maybe he was just faking these prophecies just so that nobles and people who were significant would, well, not really significant, but people who had a lot of status and money would listen to him and gain approval. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose salvation because of the fact that you think the world is going to end when you are a kid, but then you realise that the world actually is going to end and your thoughts have been responded to. Oh yeah, it is completely impossible. Yeah. Yeah, we fear and desire salvation from problems. And it is interesting that that's considered a sin and just something that in general is really bad. I mean, it's just interesting how knowledge, it doesn't matter how much it costs, it still has the power that knowledge would. It's interesting, this discussion here. A bit confusing, but I think I get it now. Is it me? Everybody seems kind of restless, like they're on edge for some reason. You mean they're excited about something? Yeah. No, I don't think I'd go that far. It's more like they're anxious. Maybe, I can kind of see what you mean. Yeah. I mean, though they seem anxious, I don't know, I feel like it's a blend of anxiety and curiosity, but anxiety is obviously the thing that is taking advantage of said curiosity that is brimming within these people. I agree with Kotomi, things certainly seem off, but to tell the truth, that's not exactly what I think. Anxiety and anticipation resemble one another. Totally, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I think a really, really good example. Look at a roller coaster ride. You're fucking scared, but at the same time you're really excited. You feel both sides of the same coin as one. Yeah, it's really interesting, yeah. I think this is a bit ridiculous, but then again, I actually can kind of see this, because whenever you have emotions, you say don't bottle them up because that will just make you more sad. Actually, no, I was thinking because if you let emotions out in the mean of it by doing things that you would do when you're sorrowful, you gain relief, so you maybe gain happiness from doing that. But no, I don't really think you could argue that. What's wrong? You seem kind of worried. Obviously, the question is, what are they scared about? I mean, it's obvious, but yeah, never mind, it's nothing. Anyway, Kotomi. Yeah. He really, really doesn't like the atmosphere of these classes. And I do wonder if Ayana is ever going to meet Kotomi. Why don't we go outside and get some fresh air?
外の空気
Fresh air?
あ
Yeah. Yeah, get out of there. You've got a good move.
こんな場所入って大丈夫なの
Oh, they're not allowed. Okay. Well, it doesn't stop Yukito from coming up here. You know we're not supposed to be up here,
あ
right?
でも気分いいだろ
Yeah. I've got to break a few rules sometimes. Feels good though, doesn't it?
確かに景色は綺麗だけど
Well, the view is pretty nice.
風も心地いいんじゃないか
Yeah, breeze really puts you at ease too.
確かに
Yeah, but
それで琴美は何が不安なんだ
so tell me, what has you so anxious?
不安
Huh? Anxious?
ああなんか不安そうだったからここに連れてきたあの教室じゃ落ち着かないだろ
This is the worst thing, and this is the most poisonous thing to be feeling when you are anxious. If you're anxious and if you're worried about something, seeing other people take their anxiety out on contemplating the unknown in without any basis whatsoever and trying to explain the future and just things that aren't made to be comprehended by us. Well, that's just a means of them taking out their anxiety, which is something that you could definitely do as well. So, yeah, I can totally see why Yukito would do something like this, and I think he's good to do it. This guy's really nice. He really is, and I respect him a lot.
それは確かにそうなんだけど
よもや琴美までノストラダムスの大予言
Oh
が
God, I
怖い
hope
とかじゃ
not.
ないだろうな
ノストラダムスかそういえばその予言って今年の7月なんだよね
The only reason Takuji was somebody who had done all of the incidents that he had done was complete coincidence, in my opinion. There was nothing true about any of this.
ああそうだなんかクラスの連中も騒いでたじゃないか
違うよ
違う何が
ノストラダムスの予言はあの人たちなりの証拠の
Yeah.
一つでしかないんだ
Yeah,
よ
yeah.
どういう意味だ
ものすごくバカバカしい話なんだけどね
Yeah.
高島さんの自殺は世界の終わりに備えてのものだったってみんな噂しているの
世界の終わりに備えて自殺なんだそりゃ
1999年の7月その20日に世界が終わる高島さんが死ぬ直前に私に話していたのだけど
Yeah, interesting.
高島ってお前以外の人間とも喋れたのか
私以外の誰かに話したかわからないただその話が広まっているみたい
So she must have told somebody. Interesting. Yeah, fully. Yeah.
高島さんの予言ってノストラダムスの予言と一致しているじゃないだから実はあの予言って本当なんじゃないかってみんなが噂してるのよ
But this could so easily be logically contradicted. What if Zakuro knew about Nostradamus and then she wanted to make some sort of scheme that relates everything that she's going to do in her suicide to Nostradamus and the end of the world? I mean, I just don't really understand why it's the case that her matching Nostradamus's prophecies is something that's convincing. I mean, the thing is, obviously when you find something unknown and you find something unusual, you just find anything to explain it. And I suppose that's what these people were doing here, even though this means of explaining it is totally ridiculous. That's what they're doing.
Yukito はどう思うの？
まあ不気味だとは思うよ。クラスで目立たない少女が世界の終わりを告げ、そして飛び降りる。
Yeah, reasonable.
ましてや、その前に小沢の転落死があるわけだ。普通でいられないのも。
Oh yeah, totally.
それって。
特にさ、俺たち3年は不安な学年じゃないか。
Yeah, so I suppose there's just a ridiculous amount of stress as well. Yeah, I can see that. That's a
俺たち
nightmare.
がまだガキだった頃は景気も良くてさ、就職のことなんて考えなくてもどうにかなったわけじゃん。けど今じゃ、
I like that.
どれだけいい大学に行って、どれだけ安定した会社に勤めるかで、その後の人生が決まる。
Yeah, and there were kids in the 1980s as well. Golden days of Japan, I feel like. Japan was insane. If you guys have ever heard about... there were some golf clubs in Japan in the 1980s that they literally required over $1 million worth of yen to be a fucking member of. That's what I found in my research. It's fucking ridiculous. If you've ever heard of the Nikkei index as well, and just how many of those companies... wait, no, hang on a second. No, it was how many of the top companies in the world, like the top 20 companies in the world were part of the Nikkei index. Like the top, I swear it's like 255 or 225, I don't know, just some sort of amount like that. Top companies in Japan. And, yeah, it was just insane how well Japan was doing when they were kids. I mean, yeah, these people were probably born in 1981. But I totally agree, yeah. Yeah, how stable a company as well, yeah.
でもこの国は裕福だから、別に就職しなくても死なないし。誰しもがまあまあな生活をすることが約束されている。
Yeah, I agree. But then again, I mean, you need to know how to read and write Japanese, which is not exactly an easy task.
終わらない、平凡で、平和で、退屈だが、それなりに幸福な日常。受験なんて山場があるわけだし、みんなピリピリしている。そんな中であんなことがあったら、一種お化け屋敷的なお祭り感があるだろう。
Yeah, I like that.
お化け屋敷的なお祭り感って。
いや、二人の死は不幸だと思うし、決してそれを茶化していいものではないさ。
Yeah, I fully agree. Yeah, it's such a realistic and reasonable perspective.
日頃のはけ口になったりするんだと思うよ。
Yeah.
はけ口。
なあ。だからさ。
Yeah.
決していいことではないんだけど、人間なんてそんなもんだって、ある程度開き直った方がいい。
Yeah.
逆にあいつらと一緒に子供まで不安になってたら、お前まで精神がやられるぞ。多分さ、みんなが思う不安って、今が平和すぎて、退屈すぎて、当たり前すぎることに対してなんだと思う。
平和で退屈で当たり前なら、こ 怖がることなんてないんじゃないの？
いや、逆だよ。案外人は約束された幸せってやつに耐えられないんだと思う。それがいつか壊れるんじゃないかって不安がある。
I like that, and yeah, obviously you have days that are really tedious, ordinary, and just normal in their progression. But then there's the threat of all of that normality. You may not even appreciate normality, but when it's threatened to be snatched away from you, that's when everything is... Oh, problems start to arise. It's interesting, that.
多分ノストラダムスの予言とか今回の高島の件とかそういう心情の裏返しだと思うよ。実際将来のこととかいろいろ考えたらめんどくさすぎて、いっそのこと世界が滅亡しちゃえばいいやとか思ったりするじゃん。
I do think it's really unusual to think about the fact that the rumour is spreading, even though Kotomi is the only person she knows that Zakuro has talked to. I just wonder who else she has talked to. Yeah, totally. So I suppose you just have normal life, but you obviously have the stress of your normal life, but then kind of like a haunted house, you have things that may hit you completely unexpectedly and things that you won't know how to react to just simply because of the fact that you can't, because you can never see it coming. So as a result of that, obviously that threatens your normal life. And I suppose because life is so ordinary, I suppose you would just feel more vulnerable if it's taken away. Yeah. Yeah, and if you don't have happiness promised to you, and if the happiness that you normally would have had promised to you is threatened, you can't react. Well, it's interesting. Be honest with me. Sometimes when your deadlines and work and obligations pile up, oh god, I hate it when that happens. Do you never think to yourself, man, I wish a meteor would hit the earth right now so I don't have to worry about the future? I love that. I don't think I've ever thought that way. Is that how they're feeling?
ことみは目標があって頑張ってるわけじゃない。そんな奴にとっては滅亡とか迷惑なものしかないよ。
Well, actually, yeah. Kotomi, you've got ambitions and you're working to accomplish them. No way in hell you'd want the world to be destroyed.
けど、多くの人間には目標なんてなくて、ただなんとなく頑張らなきゃいけない。ちゃんと生きなきゃいけないって日々を過ごしている。その全てを清算してくれるような言葉があったら、怖いけど救われたりもするんだよ。
But a lot of people do think that way. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, you're overcome with challenge, so you just wish that the source of the challenge had totally just disappeared. If the source of the challenge disappeared, you would be able to return to peace. Yeah, no, I see that.
Yukito とかもそうなの？
いや、さすがに俺はそこまで純粋じゃないよ。誰かに突然世界が終わると言われたら、単にそいつをバカな人だなって思うだけ。時期が時期だし、一過性なもんだよ。あまり気にすることはないさ。
Yeah, that's interesting.
ことみは地区予選があるんだろう。そっちのことだけ考えろよ。
Yeah, he says it's just a passing thing. Just give it a week. What, will you even be alive in a week? That's my question. I mean, I hope he is. He seems a very, very emotionally intelligent, and I feel like Kotomi is really anxious, especially because of the fact that she has the connection towards Zakuro. But at the same time, I mean, I suppose if she's led to the right direction by Yukito, maybe she'll be fine. I just feel like her anxiety could get the better of her. It really depends on what Takuji does. And I think it's interesting that Takuji was in the classroom as well. Funny that the choices, they forced us to see that. It's really unusual.
そうだね。なんかユキトって不思議だよね。
I agree.
何が？
いつでも私を簡単に安心させてくれるんだよ。欲しい言葉を与えてくれる。
そっか。それはよかったよ。さてと。
It's really pleasant.
そろそろ戻ろうぜ。
本当だ。もうこんな時間だ。
Oh my god, what's the time? Oh, Oh shit, I mean, I get that she was worried, and ultimately this is probably more important than class for Kotomi. But, yeah. There we are, we've got listenable music now. Nice. I decided to wait for Kotomi after school again today. Despite what I... Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, but she is anxious. She is prone to manipulation. Worry about her. Be a good friend, man. Do all that is right. I mean, this... I just... Yukito is just one of those people that I really respect. I just have nothing but genuine respect to him. I decided to wait for Kotomi after school again today. Despite what I said to her, I'm also a little concerned. Ozawa and Takashima's deaths. And Takashima supposedly speaking of the end of the world. Oh, yeah, of course they would. And it's just interesting to think about the fact that he feels as if it's salvation, and yet at the same time it's fear. Fear and salvation, they're kind of two sides of the same coin. But then again, I mean, it totally makes sense. The way I like to think about it is the fact that people have anxiety and they have worries, and then... Actually, that's actually an interesting thing that I've just thought about. When they think about things like these, and everybody thinks about it in the classroom, and everybody speculates and everybody discusses it, I suppose it's a thing to unite people in a way. Just because they all have one thing in common that they are talking about. But I was thinking more there is something unexplainable, so you take salvation within something that is explainable because you're stressed about your life, because you're stressed about what will happen to you in the future. You're going to obviously abandon logic a bit, and you're going to be more gullible to things like these that I suppose show you visions of the future, really. Ridiculous prophecies. Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. Yeah. Interesting. But then again, I mean, I think that the reason that they were so popular in the piece as well, it kind of links to this, because you get a situation that is fully unknown, and because of the fact that these people are foreigners to chaos, and they are naive to what chaos truly means, by envisioning something that is so unknown to them, they will be able to have a bigger impact, surely? Jesus Christ, why? Yeah, they sound fucking insane. Oh, Yasuko, interesting. Wow, didn't expect to see her. She looks, well, how do I put it? Ugly as fuck. I'll just be honest. I like the art style. I like the art style. It's just, I don't really think she looks anything but ugly. It is interesting that. Minakami senpai.
誰？
Huh? Who are you?
ひどいです。水上先輩は私のことをまだ覚えてくれてないのですか？
Oh god. The only thing is, I mean, this guy obviously doesn't have the ID. It's just genuinely because Yasuko is forgettable. I feel bad.
やすこですよ。剣道部部長の若槻先輩の後輩の。
God, she's the head of the club as well. That's properly impressive.
逆になんで俺が琴美の部活の後輩の名前を覚えてなければならない？
You're direct? Holy fuck! Oh my god, you're an arsehole.
開き直ったスニックダッグの人。あれですよ。同じクラスにお兄ちゃんがいるじゃないですか。
I know he's fighting back. This guy's the worst. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, I mean, who says that? That's so rude. Even if she is being a little bit insisting.
同じクラスの人間は他人だからな。そんな奴の妹を覚えているわけがない。
God, that's hilarious.
もういいですよ。とりあえず私は横山やす子です。ちゃんと名前を覚えてくださいね。
前処する。
I'll see what I can do.
次会って覚えてなかったら承知しませんよ。
Why do you even care? Ah, then again, I mean, she is the junior of the head of the Kendo club, who is Kotomi. So, as a result of that, I suppose it's trying to say the fact that... Well, I mean... Sorry, what am I forgot what I was saying halfway through the sentence. But anyway, well, I suppose, head of the Kendo club, Kotomi, so naturally Yasuko feels it's a bit important to know the friend of the person who has probably coordinated their entire activities. It's totally reasonable. Dude, you could at least try. I think it's hilarious his lack of interest in anybody, and just in general how you could do something to please somebody, but and obviously remember their name, but at the same time you just don't think it's worth it. You don't think the effort is something that needs to be put in. That's hilarious.
琴美先輩は
Wait, you what?
もう部活行ったぞ。
Oh, alright, yeah, yeah. Wait, has she not already been to club or what?
そうなんですか。
人は七違いだな。
そっか。
琴美は部活に行ったんだから早く追いかけたらどうだ。
水上先輩って琴美先輩にすごく信頼されているん
Yeah,
ですよ
now
ね。
she's worried about everything that's going on.
そうなのか。よく知らないが。
琴美先輩がいつも水上先輩と話していると安
Yeah,
心
yeah,
する
totally.
って言ってました。
そうか。それで
なんというか少しバカバカしい質問なんですけどね。世界は今月の20日に滅びるんですか？
なんだそれ。
世界の終わりが近づいてるって本当なんですか？
Who told her that it was on the 20th? What? Hmm. Yeah, 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 and like it's a genuine worry, yeah?
違う学年の生徒までそんな馬鹿げたことを言い出してるのか。
教えてください。
逆に質問だが、もし仮に人類が滅びるとして、
Yeah, exactly.
あと
But
6日でどうやって滅びるんだ。
then again, what if something that can't be put into words does it? And that's why things like these are so scary towards humanity in general, just because of the fact that we can't comprehend it. And that's what these things take advantage of. They take advantage of all of the things that people can't comprehend and people can't understand.
わかりませんけど、例えば核戦争とか。
お前キューバ危機とか習わなかったのか。
キューバ危機？
なあ、マジで世界大戦が現実味を帯びてきて核戦争で人類が滅亡するんじゃないかって言われたほどの事件だ。
だったらそんな感じで。
キューバ危機は確かに10日間ほどで緊張が一気に高まったわけだが、そもそもその状況に至るまでには長いプロセスがある。その大きな背景には米ソ冷戦という構図がある。ソ連が崩壊してベルリンの壁が壊されて冷戦が終わった今、一体どの国が人類を破滅させるほどの戦争を起こすんだ？
Yep, fair enough.
だったら巨大隕石が落下するとかそんな映画ありましたよね。
Yeah, scientific evidence maybe for predicting something like that.
確かに巨大隕石が落下すれば人類は滅亡するかもしれない。
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
そもそも NASA あたりが発表するだろ
みんなが混乱するから NASA が公表を渋っているとか。
I mean, that's reasonable, but at the same time, surely, why would chaos among the public matter if it's the last, well, if it's the last week of the world, I mean, isn't it better for people to know that they need to make their final goodbyes to the world that they live in because they're all going to be wiped out?
お前、世の中にどれだけのアマチュア天文学者がいると思ってるんだ?
Oh yeah, that's a
た
good
まにあの
point.
人た
Yeah.
ちは世界的な発見とかするんだぞ。世界の誰一人も落下する6日前まで小惑星に気がつかないなんてありえない。
Yeah, I agree.
だったら
6日で世界が滅びるなんてありえない。
Yeah.
どんな条件だとしても滅亡するには短すぎる。
This is how you realize just how awful arguments like these are. Not arguments like these, I completely agree with Yukito, but how awful propaganda like this is, because it just relies on people being uninformed. And then obviously people spreading that without having without having the possibility to think about just what they're spreading.
じゃあ滅びないってことですか？
仮に宇宙人が攻めてきたとしても、いきなり人類を絶滅させないだろう。6日間なんて短い期間に滅ぼすことなんて誰もできないよ。
I don't agree with what Yukito's saying. If aliens invaded and aliens did actually exist, the fact that they wouldn't exterminate us all at once kind of implies that Yukito knows about aliens and he knows about their behaviors and their powers. What's necessarily denying the possibility that they would? I mean, I don't think you can actually realistically say what he's just said, but at the same time, I think it's good just for the sense of reassuring Yasuko.
誰もですか？
まあ、6日間で世界を作った神様なら壊すのも6日間ぐらいかもしれないが。
神様なら世界を終わらせられるのですか
？6日間で作ったような神様ならそれも可能だろうが、そもそもこの世界は神が作ったもんじゃない。
世界は神様が作ったものじゃないのですか？
いや、お前がキリスト教徒ならすまない。神様が世界を作っていると信じているのなら。
あ、いえ、大丈夫です。うちの実家のお墓は法華経です。
A
神様のイメー
punch
ジって
perm?
パン
How
チパー
weird.
マの大仏様なぐらいですから。考えてみればそうですよね。なんかちょっとおかしなこと聞いちゃいましたね。
Oh, totally. It's better for her to know the truth, though. It really is, than not to know it.
おかしいって自覚はあったのか？
そりゃありますよ。あと6日間で世界が終わるなんて。
No, totally,
ちょっ
and you
と考え
shouldn't.
られませんし。
ならなんで聞いたんだ？
Because she genuinely thought that there was a possibility.
いや、なんと言いますか。
Yeah,
みんな
that
が
too.
そんな
Yeah.
こと言い出したから。
It's interesting with rumors like this. You initially believe that it's just using your own logic, that it's something that's completely not true, but then other people start saying it and it becomes more and more popular. So the more you hear it and the more you're exposed to the same lie, the more sometimes you start to agree with it and believe it.
みんなが言い出したからか。
はい。
まだ何かあるのか？
いえ、大丈夫です。いや、水上先輩に言われてなんか安心しました。やっぱりおかしいですよね。私何聞いちゃったんだろう。
No, it was a good move.
おかしいと思うのならあんまその話はするな。
Yeah, yeah, that too.
はいそうします。じゃあ部活行きます。
Oh, she seems so much more happy. That's good.
ああ
Yeah, 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 fair. Yeah, 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 exactly. Oh yeah, I like that, yeah.
不安定だな。俺は
Oh, it's Takuji, probably. Right, well... I think this is probably a good place to end it. Oh yeah, I forgot how fucking loud this opening music is. Let's just go here. Anyway, yeah, that was quite interesting today. Oh shit, have I been really off center on my webcam? God, I hope not. Sorry if I have, but yeah, anyway, that was quite interesting today. I liked some of the stuff that was being covered, and I liked that, if you ask me, I think we got a lot of, well, we just got a really, really good insight in how this really affects people, fear of prophecies and fear of the unknown, and just how it spreads. And I liked the really odd argument of the fact that there's, well, I suppose there's almost salvation in fear, really, and just how the fact that Nostradamus, he sold the most when times were most peaceful. Yeah, I also found it really interesting just seeing people like Yasuko's arguments, just seeing how illogical they are. It doesn't even matter about logic, it just matters about how convincing they are. They're so convincing that you can believe it, but if you're asked to logically justify why you believe said thing, are you going to be able to do it? Who knows? The answer I'm thinking of is no. Now, yeah, so, I mean, tomorrow is going to be really quite interesting. I do wonder what we're going to see. Now, Yasuko, I just want to look back at my Tsubaki playthrough. Which day was it when we saw her? Is it going to open? It's taking forever. Dude, don't crash my files, please. Thanks. Which episode are we looking at? Maybe 11? Yo, what's up? I'm just curious about the context and how it relates in the story. There's Kyuseishu-sama, probably before that. Tsukasa and Kagami and the lunch. Okay, here we are. We've got the scene with Yasuko here. Nice. Oh, that's interesting. So we have the picture and the picture that's sent and the mail that's also sent. We didn't see this here. And obviously Yuki just casually touching something that, well, undesirable things have happened to. It's really interesting how these stories differ, and especially because of the fact that Yuki is so much more involved with this conspiracy than Yukito is. I like how Yukito has a really outsider point of view and he doesn't really care much and he doesn't do much to stop it. But I suppose obviously Yukito isn't the person who is doing the conspiracy. I mean, to be fair, he does look similar to Takuji. If we just look at the config. Oh, so Yasuko is a main character. What? But I'm sorry, they genuinely look really similar. I mean, you can tell that they're different people, but yeah, look at Takuji for example. Look at their jawlines, they're different, and their eyes, the shape of them, their hair is subtly different. Their ears are a bit different, but they look similar. Their noses as well. Takuji's nose, ironically, looks like that of a woman's. Anyway, yeah, see you guys. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, wait, I'm just being stupid. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.